Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and welcome back to my custom villager houses tutorial series where we are building a house for each and every one of the Minecraft villager professions. So if you don't want to miss out on the rest of these builds, please feel free to subscribe. All of these are from my survival series where we are making ourselves a custom village, and the original concept of this series came from Mythical Sausage. Both of my playlist and his are going to be in the description for you to check out if you would like. So far we have done the Cleric and Weaponsmith houses, but today we are building a home for the Fisherman. All of the items inside of this double chest right here is your materials list for the build, mainly consisting of spruce and oak wood at the top here, a little bit of the stone variants for our floor inside, some brick, and then white terracotta. The rest of these blocks here at the bottom are just miscellaneous, but do bring along 7 flowers to go inside of your flower pots and on top of the grass blocks here. Also 2 fish to display inside of these item frames if you would like, and you may need more or less than 36 oak logs depending on how deep or shallow the water you are building in actually is. This build roughly takes up a 13 by 13 area, and do bear in mind that part of this is going to be built over a body of water, so just get your location figured out before we start placing blocks, which we're going to do to begin with here with some stripped spruce logs by placing our doorway down, 1 here, leave a gap of 2, and the other can go right there. We'll also bring these up by 2 more and then place 1 out the back with a single block in between both of those. Over on the left hand side we'll leave a gap of 1, but over on the right hand side we'll leave a gap of 4, just like that. We'll then swing round to the 2 sides here and leave a gap of 3 on both of those, and the final one can go right there. So this section is going to be where the house is, and this is the outer fishing area that's going to be over water. Obviously I'm working with a very dry piece of land at the moment, but we'll remedy that later. But we already have these brought up for a total of 3 high pillars. The rest of these are going to become 4. We should now have something looking like this, and I've also replaced the grass blocks around the back with water sources so you can clearly see where the house needs to be. Just on the water's edge here, the back of it at least. But we're going to swing round to the front, grab our spruce stairs and slabs, and actually head round to the right hand side of the build. So the big gap over here, we're going to come to this 3 block section, and on the top of both of these pillars we'll have an upside down spruce stair with a regular one out the back. Do the same above, so 2 regular stairs with 2 upside downs, and then 3 along the top. In the center here, those are slabs, and then we can place 3 more slabs on the top part of this upside down spruce stair here, giving us this shape for the right hand side. Over on the left hand side, it's pretty much the same except it's slightly different. So the first thing we're going to do is place a temporary block just next to the top block of that pillar there, and we're going to have ourselves a spruce stair coming off the back of those. Get rid of the temporary blocks and replace them with some slabs, and then we can have 2 spruce stairs upside down with another slab in the middle. On top of the spruce slabs, just next to the pillar here, we can have 2 stairs facing normally, 2 upside down with 3 slabs in the middle, so we get something like this. Virtually the same as the right hand side, except this part is slightly different. Round the back of the house, just above the water, we can have ourselves an upside down stair just next to this top pillar block, and line the rest up with spruce slabs connecting up to the other sides. We have something like this for the back, and if we swing round to the front here, on top of this block right here, we're going to have ourselves 2 spruce stairs coming sideways like that, and then we're just going to curve them round so they connect up to these ones over here. So you can see that's a nice smooth line going all the way around, and same again for this side, and we can then have 2 upside down stairs in the middle. Just above and behind those upside down stairs we placed down, we'll have ourselves 2 oak slabs, and now what we need to do when we have a spruce stair next to it, we're going to have an oak stair, and same with the slabs going all the way across. So that's 2 stairs on either side and 3 slabs at the top, and then we'll just bring that over to the other side. Once you got your roof all filled in, we can then come round to the back of the house, and from this first oak stair here on the left hand side, looking at it from the back, we're going to go in by 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th block there can be removed and replaced by some brick blocks with a campfire on top, surrounded by spruce trapdoors as a little chimney, which we will connect up to a furnace on the inside. But before we do the rest of the exterior of the house itself, I figured we should get this outside fishing area all done to begin begin with. So on the bottom part of this strip spruce pillar here, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, and 4 fences, and then we can have an oak log touching the bottom of whatever lake, river, or ocean you're building this in. So it may be more than 2, for example, hence why you needed possibly more or less than 36 to begin with, but with a spruce slab on top. We can then have 2 and do the same again, another slab on top of that, and we'll swing around to the other side and do it once more. So 4, then we're going to have our oak logs, 2, and then another oak log, and then all we're going to do is have an oak fence on both sides, but leave that middle block open right there. So this is in theory going to be where the fisherman fishes, and of course he's going to want to stand here and not just swim constantly and catch it with his hand. He's going to have a rod to actually use. So for the flooring, we're going to have a combination of spruce slabs and spruce trapdoors. So the way I like to do this is just as we go here, mix and match the spruce trapdoors and the slabs, kind of rotating the trapdoors as we go and just making a bit of a mismatched floor here to make it look a bit rickety. You'll see how it looks afterwards. So as you can see, it looks a little bit like it's just been pieced together and falling apart just a little bit, which may not be particularly good for the fisherman, but I think it looks pretty good when it comes to building. So now what we can do on the back of the build here, we can grab our white terracotta and just fill in this gap here completely so we get a nice white face to start building on. Something like this, and now 2 in from the left hand side, we can get rid of those 2 blocks right there and replace it with our door, but we're just going to quickly grab a spruce slab and place that down right there just so it's a bit smoother of an entrance, and then we'll come over to the right hand side and go 1 in again and get rid of these 2 blocks here, leave a gap of 2 and do the same again, and we can replace those with some glass panes. Now we can decorate this side of the build. So to begin with, we're going to have 2 brick walls next to our doorway here with 2 spruce fences above it and 2 oak slabs and then 1 in the center. Something like this. Just beside that outer brick wall here, we can have a scaffolding with a flower pot with a flower inside. Leave a gap of 1 and have ourselves a spruce stair with 2 spruce signs either side as a little bit of a chair design, somewhere the fisherman can hang out whilst his rod catches some fish just led up here against the imaginary ocean that is going to be here in replace of this grass. But then just beside this upwards, we can have a spruce fence with a lantern hanging down from below. And then underneath the window, we can have a barrel. Next to it, a chest can go with 2 spruce trapdoors as some shutters. We can then come round to the right side over here, which is actually the left if you're facing the front of the building, and actually step inside, and at the top here we're going to have 1, 2, 3 upside down oak stairs, and then we can have 3 white terracotta at the bottom, 3 at the top, and then 2 either side with 2 glass panes in the middle. Then we can have a brick stair on these 2 blocks with a slab in the center, 2 oak fences connecting up to the stairs above with a flower pot just outside the window here. On the opposite side to the one we've just done, we're doing a similar thing with the oak stairs and the white terracotta. In fact, completely the same, so have those 3 at the top with the same shape right there with our glass panes go in the center. Underneath the glass panes, we can have an upside down oak stair with 2 signs on either side and then a flower pot in the center. On the right part of the windows, we can have ourselves 2 trapdoors, and on the left hand side, a spruce fence with a lantern hanging down from below. For the front entranceway over here, we're going to have our 2 spruce doors, so we have something like this, and it opens up as you walk on through, and above that we can have our spruce slabs, and then we just want to fill in this gap right here with 2 oak slabs, so it should look like this from the outside. Then we can come around to the left side and just sort out this little area where we're going to have 2 spruce stairs on the bottom, 2 spruce stairs on the top, and 2 glass panes in the middle. And for the other side round here, we're doing the same again with the spruce stair on the bottom and the top with the glass pane in the middle. And for this 4 wide section, we're going to have 4 white terracotta at the top and the bottom, something like that, with 2 either side, leaving a gap in the middle for 2 glass panes where we can have an oak trapdoor on the outside of those blocks. We can then grab our oak fence gates and have 1 in the corner here, leave a gap of 1 and another one again, and open all of those up. Then we can grab our 2 grass blocks and place them in front of the window here, with trapdoors on all 4 sides to make a nice little flower bed, which of course we have to display some flowers on. And that right there is everything we need to do for the outside of the build. We're now ready to head inside and start work on the interior. The Fisherman's house is actually one of, if not the smallest house in this entire mini-series, so there really isn't that much work to be done in here, but needless to say, we still gotta make this look pretty. So above these slabs right here, we can have 2 oak planks, and then we're gonna have 2 oak stairs folding inwards like that, upside down of course, and then we can just bring them round and connect up to this white terracotta on both of the 2 sides, so we should have something like this. And you may have to do a little bit of finagling here to make them connect all smoothly like that and not have them touch one another, but I think they're all good right there. So for the other side, we can do the same and bring them all round, but we're going to stop 1 block away from this brick block right here and actually curve them round just like that. And then above this block, so just to the side of the brick, we're going to have 2 upside down stairs. That will make sense why we're doing that later, and then 1 out the front here. And then for the rest of this roof, we can just go ahead and fill that all in with oak planks, so your ceiling should look something like this. And for the floor, we're simply mixing in some stone brick, cracked stone brick and cobblestone, as well as andesite, just to make a bit of a textured flooring design instead of just 1 block throughout. Once you've got all of your blocks placed down in the floor, we can put our bed on this middle part of the house, so just left of the doorway as you walk on in, where we can have a scaffolding beside with a flower pot on top. Next up, we can grab a spruce fence and place it on the top part of that pillar block with a lantern down below, which will provide light for the entire of this house, so you don't have to worry about mob spawning in here. And then we can grab some spruce stairs and place 2 upside down 1 into the back of each other, so we get a bit of a table there just beside the bed, where we can have a flower pot with a flower inside, and an item frame can go right here. Where inside we can have some sort of fish, potentially a cooked salmon that the fisherman has prepared in his furnace, 1 block away from the upside down spruce stair right there, where we can have 4 brick walls above it leading up to the chimney at the top block right there, and that is the reason we have upside down stairs here instead of full blocks. Otherwise it's going to connect to all 4 sides like it does to this wall right here. I think it just looks a little bit better that way in my opinion. So that right there is the finished part of the chimney. Over to the right hand side of the doorway here, we can have a spruce fence gate open on up with a spruce trapdoor on top as another little bit of a table design, and then just next to the window here can be a place for them to sit and eat their salmon. Bring it on over to the table that we're going to build. So first of all, he needs a chair, oak stair with an oak sign on the side of it, spruce fence and a spruce pressure plate. I always say that wrong, spruce pressure plate on top. And the final thing to add in above our doorway here leading outside to the fishing area, we can display his pride and joy, a wonderful tropical fish that he once caught in all of this grass. I don't know how he managed it, he must be a magical fisherman, but I think that is a nice finishing touch. But that, everybody, is the tutorial for the Fisherman's house all done. I really hope you did enjoy this one and it helped you out if you were looking to build something like this. Of course, stay tuned for the next villager house we're going to be doing, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.